All right, what's up, you guys? Al King here, Top Networkers Group CEO and founder, and I got my hands on the Canaway compensation plan. And for those of you that have been following the channel, those of you that have been reading the blog at Top Networkers Group, you kind of know my stance on Canaway right now. You've heard me tell you already to stay away from this. Stay away. Don't even get involved. And what I like to sort of think is that I've been through a lot of these through 2009 and 2010, and even 2011, and I learned during those times. Those are my learning moments. Those were a chance for me to learn about this new way of marketing, this new way of getting people to sign up for stuff. And I won't name all of the other companies that I tried out, but there were several of them who all did the same thing. They really came out with a lot of hype, a lot of this is going to be this, but not a lot of detail. And when there's a lot of hype and not a lot of detail, that's usually a bad combination. And there are marketers who are just losing their minds, and many of them are even messing up relationships because they're so excited about this opportunity. Look, don't be so excited about this opportunity that um, end relationships with people that don't see the same thing that you see. Because again, some of us have been there, and some of us know what we're talking about, and it's sad, but we know this is not going to last. Especially after I take a look at the compensation plan, you guys, and I'm gonna show it to you all right now. Um, now, this is what we have so far. Okay, purchasing the product, they have three retail packages. One is a cannabis beauty defined salve for $50. Another is a hemp vape for $90. And another is a combo salve and the hemp vape for $125. Okay. Now, again, when you're talking about people who are spending $10 and $20 and sometimes $60 for actual hemp or for actual THC in their hemp, this product isn't going to go anywhere, you guys. See, and this is the thing I was trying to tell people is because folks were coming to me with this opportunity, and what they don't understand is I knew about the hemp network in 2009 when they were in pre-launch, when nobody knew about them yet. And again, I've seen so many pre-launch opportunities over the past few years that I'm sort of in a position now where I have to warn people and say, wait a minute. One of the reasons that we started Top Networkers Group and one of the reasons that we created a 1MLM system is to put programs in there that are proven. You don't have to do a lot of thinking and wondering. I mean, you can do some research, but by all means, right? But know that we've done the research too, and so we've created a system already that helps you avoid a lot of the pitfalls of the industry. In fact, one of our companies, which had been around for 3 years, just went out of business. And I have some more videos and things to do to talk about that. There's some information about that on our channel right now as well. However, no one on our team misses a beat in income. Because even though this other company went out of business, our team is structured so that we make money regardless of what the companies do. Okay? And that being said, before we add a company into our mixture, there's a lot of testing that goes on first. And so by the time you get into our system, you have proven companies that are going to pay out. You have a structure that you're building and creating. There's no hype. There's plenty of details. And it's primarily set up that way because of all the things that I've been through and I've seen in the past 5 years, let alone all of the information that I've read through and gone through and all of the mentorship I've had over the past 15. So again, this one here is screaming out to me, this ain't gonna work. If you're going out trying to get customers at $50 a month, why is a customer going to spend an extra $50 on something that they're not spending $50 on right now? That's the first question. Why would they spend 90 on something that they're not spending 90 on right now? Why would they spend 125 on something that they're not spending 125 on right now? Do they really want this product that badly? And this is why it's a cash grab. Because what's going to happen is, as more and more people get on the inside and find out that there's no real compensation plan here, folks are going to jump into that next big thing, right? And a lot of these folks who are going around ruining their relationships, unfortunately, they're going to find themselves with a hyped opportunity that goes underwater. And, look, I hate to be that guy. At the same time, I'm willing to be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I haven't been wrong too often, though, when it comes to business. Um, just a quick history. I've been warning you guys about that other app. When we joined ILA and put Top Networkers Group on it, and eventually moved ILA into the one MLM system, that should have been your cue that ILA is a real opportunity. Meanwhile, there was that other app opportunity out there. They got all the hype, all the buzz, and I just got an email this morning from the HQ, from their headquarters, telling me that they've changed their name. They're coming out with a brand new everything. And there are people who spent a lot of money in that opportunity. They were charging like $100, $150, some crazy numbers for an app which they never even delivered, you guys. And I've been very vocal about that. I wasn't wrong about that opportunity. I told you guys, stay away from it. This isn't going to work. The other one's better. This one's proven. Real leaders promote personal growth. Fake leaders promote games. I told you guys that, and yet many of you didn't listen. It's okay. I understand the psychology of people, and sometimes you just don't know who to trust or who to listen to. And so hopefully this video today really helps you understand why you should be listening to me. Look, I told people about that other wireless company out there that was trying to compete with Solarvey. I said, look, Solarvey is a real opportunity. They're back with real money, with real CEOs. That Solarvey company is still around. The other wireless company went out of business, and now they're charging in a crazy amount of money, $250 to shop online. That's crazy. Again, in our system, big crumbs, eBay, it's free. Even Wake Up Now, you can sign up for free with Wake Up Now and use their marketplace. Even Solarvey allows you to shop online and even shop offline with their pay card and get paid, get money back, cash back, right? It's fantastic. But some of you guys aren't listening. Some of you are really not sure who to listen to. Again, I hope this helps you understand. We haven't been wrong yet here at Top Networkers Group. And last thing I'll say, the company of ours that went out of business. Again, if you've been following the channel, if you've been watching what we've put out there about the opportunity, I've said on record several times that we have an opportunity here. An opportunity is a window, and a window will close. What happened with the other opportunity, the $10 business? The window closed, you guys. So we were right about that too. Look, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm not saying this to impress you. I just want to impress upon you, where would you be financially if you were actually listening to and following the advice of Top Networkers Group right now? If you were actually part of our team, part of our movement, doing what we're doing, where would you be right now financially? If you weren't hopping around from company to company over the past 3 to 4 years, if you were instead working with the group like you should have been, where would you be right now? That's the question. Where would we be financially as a team, as a unit? What types of help would we be providing for the network marketing industry at this point in the game if you and I would have teamed up? That's what I want you guys to think about as you're watching what I'm about to show you right now. Now, this is the part that really got me like, oh, wow. These folks just don't know what they're in for. They're talking about a pool, you guys, not an actual compensation plan, but a pool. Qualifications for the bonus pools. The pool an IBO qualifies for is based on the number of product packages purchases made by personally referred pre-enrollees during the Buzz campaign. I'm gonna slow that down. Some of you guys might not know what that means. It's amazing how many folks join stuff and don't read. Look, the pool an IBO qualifies for is based on the number of product package purchases made by personally referred pre-enrollees during the Buzz campaign. So this pool is based primarily on how many people in your pre-enrollee pool purchase packages at $50, $90, and $125. So the first pool, you have to have between 1 to 3 sales. The second pool, you have 4 to 6 sales. The third pool, you have 7 to 9 sales, right? All the way up to pool number 12, where you've got at least 34 sales. Calculating the commission value of a pool, a mathematical formula will be used to determine the value of each qualifying IBO's portion of the pool. To calculate each IBO's commission share for a particular pool, the total power line CV, which is customer volume, or consumer volume, consumed volume, that's normally what CV means, commissionable volume as well. The total power line CV under all participating IBOs is that pool will be added together to determine the total accumulated CV for that pool. Now again, that's confusing as hell, you guys. Who's going to make money in a company that's confusing as hell where nobody even knows how much money is supposed to be made? No, nobody even knows, you guys. This is craziness. Where am I in this crazy garbage? Next, we take each IBO and divide the total accumulated pool CV into a total CV they have under them in the power line. This determines the share percentage the IBO earns from their participating pool. For example, if the total pool CV is $100,000, the IBO's share percentage is 2% of the pool. I'm sorry. If the total CV is $100,000 and the IBO's share percentage is 2%, then the commission earned would be $2,000. Okay? It's if and if. All right. So here's what I want you guys to understand here. All right. You're not going to make any money. That's the first thing I want you to understand. The only people who are really buying this product are people who are actually enrolled, because there's no market for the product. There is no market for this product, guys. There's no market for this product. There's nobody that's going to spend $90 for a vape pen. Okay? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's spending $125 for a vape pen and some vape lotion or some cannabis lotion. Okay? It's not happening. It's just not happening. Not when they can possibly go to an alternative medicine store and purchase some cannabis salve or maybe even a hemp valve for way less. And this is what you're competing against. And this is one of the things that I think people miss all the time when it comes to business. Business is business is business. Again, I hate to always talk about my past, but sometimes that's sort of the explanation for why I think the way I think. When I came into this industry, the company I was with was offering services that people were already paying for. Okay? They were already paying for their phone service. They were already paying for their electricity service. They were already paying for the services that we marketed, the internet, things like that. They were already paying for these things. So what we were doing was simply switching them over to another company where they would pay less in most cases. That's a win-win, you guys. That's a good product. That's a quality product. And the only challenge, of course, was it was $500 to join that company, and the compensation was extremely low. However, it worked out for a lot of people. A lot of folks are still making a lot of money there now. The company's been around for 20 plus years. They weren't a scam. They didn't go out of business. They didn't overcharge people for products and services. Okay, and every company that I've seen make it so far, the ones that are around for a long time, they have affordable products, or they know their product is pricey and they're not marketing it to everyone. There are some companies that are only for the affluent. That's right. There are some MLM companies where their entire target market are affluent customers. They don't want you broke people anywhere near their product, their services, or their company. It's true. That's why some companies cost so much money. They're trying to actually price people out. This is one of the reasons that I like the affordable opportunities. You know, there's some who would say that they're attracting broke-minded people. All of this is code language for we don't want to help anyone out who's not making a lot of money already. That's all it is. And you need to learn how to cut through the nonsense that you hear in MLM, because unfortunately a lot of the nonsense from society has infiltrated MLM. There aren't a lot of people who are working on their personal growth. There aren't a lot of people who are reading books, who are listening to tapes, who are working on their thoughts. There aren't a lot of people in MLM right now who are really going by the foundational um, moral, historical, uh, approach to MLM, and that is caring about people, wanting to make things better for people. That is what MLM is about at its core. And there aren't a lot of people who are like that or who think like that in the industry today. It's just a fact. Because people saw that money was being made and all kinds of people came into the industry. That is the pro and the con of MLM. The pro of MLM is that anybody can join. No matter who you are, no matter what you think, no matter what you've done in your past, you can join this industry and you can actually turn your life around here. Here's the con of network marketing: anybody can join. Even the people who have no morals, who have no scruples, and who will do anything that they can to make a buck, even they have an opportunity here. Okay, and so again, it's a fair system. Everyone can join. Everyone can make money in this industry, but you need to be careful about who you're doing business with. Okay, and we absolutely encourage you to do business with us, with Top Networkers Group. There's some awesome things that I'm working on behind the scenes for members of our team, for those who get our vision, who understand what we're talking about, because a lot of folks don't, and it's okay, because there's a matter of time before more and more of you discover the channel and start actually looking back to see some of the predictions and some of the things I told you guys about that have come true. And that's the point where there will be too many people joining, and we won't be able to handle all of you unless we have our leaders in place. And so that's really what we've been doing for the past year, is really sorting and developing leaders that can help carry this mission forward. See, as the CEO and founder of Top Networkers Group, my role is to check out companies. So I know just about every company in the industry right now. There aren't too many companies that I have not heard of. As a CEO and founder, I go by the moniker Top Networker out because I'm always reaching out. I'm always talking to people. I'm always finding out stuff. People are always coming to me with opportunities. I mean, seriously. Just this morning alone, I got pitched on 5 opportunities just this morning alone. So I constantly have stuff to look at, to examine. There's a lot of really good stuff out there in the industry, but there's a lot of garbage too. Okay? That being said, it doesn't matter how good or how bad the company is or how good or bad the product is. If you have a team, if you have a network, you can make it work. See, one of the reasons that this one here is catching so much buzz is there are about 600 people who are excited about this opportunity. And those 600 people have gotten other people excited, right? And that's just how it works. It's the same thing with that app I was talking about that came out, never dropped an app, went out of business, changed its name as of this morning. The reason that it got going is because of the team that came together. There's a team of people that are at the top of that opportunity, who were able to amass a few hundred, who got a few thousand excited, who got a few more thousand excited. That's network marketing, you guys. One of the reasons that 20-year-old plus company has still been around and they're still doing well is because they started with 20 people who were excited about it, who saw the vision of the 5 founders, and then they went out to their different markets and grew into hundreds and thousands quickly. And they didn't give up, and in spite of some ups and downs early on, they were able to persevere, come through it, and make their opportunity even better. And see, with an opportunity like this, or an opportunity that is a total scam, there's no way to actually make it better. There's no way, because there's no actual product. There's no actual compensation plan. So a lot of people are going to get burned here. That's the bad side of this kind of opportunity. And again, I'm on record here, so I'm okay. There's a bunch of people who are excited about it, and they're not going to like this video, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Check the record, you guys. Check the channel. I haven't been wrong yet. Thanks for watching. Top Networkers Group.